one of the excursions that we can go. Before we do, please stand over there for take.
Yun, nandito na tayo sa traditional winemaking. Talaga naman.
My favorite wine factory. Here they make these beautiful things. Makes people happy. Now, Qvevri Wine Factory, one of the top manufacturers. They don't only make the wines, they make the spirits as well. This is a brand that you see over here. It's the same as cognac, but since French have copyrighted the name of cognac, we can afford, unless it's from the region of the cognac. So we call it a brand here, right? They got a 3, 5, 7, 10, 17 years old, and so there's 3 good bottles over there. So older it is, better it absorbs the taste of people, so better taste it has. Follow me, please.
Wow.
You will taste inside, and they will tell you more. Just for your own info, semi-sweet or dry wine. It's not the matter of the grape kind itself, it's the matter of fermentation. You stop the fermentation earlier, you get the semi-sweet, when you let it fermentate, you get the dry wine. Kakheti has more than 83 different varieties of the grapes that can be mixed, unlike in France. So in Georgia, we harvest the grapes by the end of September, beginning of October. By that time, it has enough sweetness level, so it fermentates by itself. You don't add anything for the fermentation, so it fermentates by itself. By the way, Europeans are really one of these differences among European and Georgian wine is that. So Georgian wine compared to European is a little bit heavier. So once the fermentation process is over, we take these crush grapes out. So when it's already fermented, it contains some juice.
Wow.
You throw that away. So this is what we call cha-cha, fermented crushed grapes. So we put it in a big jar. We put it in any kind of heater or fire or whatever. It gets steamed inside, and drop by drop, it comes out. All right. So this is somewhere 45%, yeah. My father likes to give it around 58. So what he does is that he puts it back again, double distills it. When he double distills the spirit, he takes the methanol away. So methanol is the one that makes it drunk, actually. So good distilled spirit might have a higher alcohol, but gets you less drunk. That's how it works in case of spirits. So wine can live up to 100 years if it has an ability to breathe. Only 2 things give it ability to breathe. One is a wooden barrel, and as they say, best barrels, what best news what the barrels are from the Limousin forest, France. The second is the clay vessels. So in Georgia we have a lot of pottery stuff. This is what we used to do in the older times, clay vessels. So in the bottles, when they tell you it's a harvest of 2003, 2005, whatever, it doesn't mean that it was in the bottle that time, that long time, because in the bottle the shelf life is 5 to 10 years because wine cannot breathe, because the only way it can breathe is working, even if that wine is silver. So if you buy a wine, you need to drink it in duration of 5 to 10 years. But spirit, you can keep as long as you want. Same applies with the champagne. Champagne is the operative name for wine. So champagne is sparkling wine. That's what we have here. And wine, if I find you just 1 second, I want to show you something. Stay here, please.
Laki na kaya ay kahit isang buwan ka mag-inom. Parang masarap pa itong panluto, ano, red wine niya. Red wine. Laki. Ay, Mananawa ka din eh. Oh. Ang daming pagluluto ang pipili ang panluto. Oh. Nandun yung mga ano. Accordion. Ang daming tao dito. Lalabas na tayo doon sa paggawa ng tara na.
Sama daw tayo.
Papasok sa factory.
Isa pang pabul dyan.
Pasok sa factory.
Make wine also here, but now we have come to the market. We get food wine in Georgian, we get bigger, we get larger. And now we have another factory to make wine. Just one factory.
Если хотите, можно подождать, нас никто не обязывает.
А по времени долго ждать?
Полчаса, может быстрее. Давай подождем.
Lamig, sarap ng lamig dito. Yun, ayos na. Katitikim mo. Okay, pasok ulit tayo dini. Huling sulyap.
All the Georgialari and cut.
Where?
Louder.
अरे रुक जा, इतने ही मेरे तो
Ganda ng bakod na areo. Magandang idea eh. Sayang.
Agad ka ha?
Ganda, ang linaw. Video ng pine tree, umuuga-uga. Sinaunang bariles.
Di kiska rege.
Nandun na yung sasakyan. Nag-message na ba siya? Oh, huling sulyap. Qvevri.
the second hotel.
You might find there planted roses. wine, because rose is even more problematic, takes a lot of diseases, some of the disease comes, rose takes the first hand, by that way the farmer knows what kind of disease is coming towards grapes and he knows what medication to spray. By the time of the Soviet Union and socialism, we had each family owned 40 rows of this graveyard. How it works, we Georgians have similar wine, and urbanization level in the country is quite high, but once we retire, we go into villages, because we Georgians are agriculturists, this is in our blood, so this is where my brother did, my father did, this is what I'm going to do as well, so every tribe has a grandparents in their own villages, so they're the ones that take care of the farms and the graveyard, so all of us and every family in the Khaketi have their own wine cellars and make their own wines, and whatever extra they harvest, they give it to the factories like KTW. Now, some of you asked me to show something like a local wine cellar. So here they have a dry fruit market and next to it wine cellar. Shall I stop point or straight point proceed toward the monastery?
We stop. We stop. We want to see how they do it traditionally. Ay, dini. Manawa ka sa kalabasa. Pagkakadami. Are, mga bagong gawang bahay na are. Pero may kapansin-pansin din meron ako nakita. Ayun, kaya pala daw pala sila lagi ay may rose para malaman kung ano ba, rose at grapes. Pagka magkakaroon ng sakit, yung rose ang unang sasalo ng sakit. Ngayon, para malaman kung ano yung sakit ng magiging sakit ng grapes. Sa rose malalaman ano yung, may piglet din mamaya na yung rose. Kako cute. May tindahan ng pabo. Baboy. Kako cute. Inaantok na ano pa. Luk 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 luk. Luk 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 luk. Balik na tayo doon Patay na. Yan, kaya lagi silang madaming rose. Yung pala ang kwento na yun. Hindi na tayo. Pangkaraniwan na din ang grapes. Ganda ng mga ari.
Here in Georgia, everybody tries to show off with their own work, especially in Kakheti. So, as I told you, the clay vessel, this is what we found 8,000 years ago. So, 10,000 years ago, humankind switched from getting to collecting these. 8,000 years ago, we were already manufacturing wine. So, clay vessels. The clay vessels are inside of the soil and keeps the wine in the same temperature all over the season. Summer and the winter. It gives the wine ability to breathe. You can hear up to 100 years. Yes. And then they bottle. So how it goes, the crushed grapes are inside. Fermentation process is over. They take the crushed grapes out. They make cha-cha from it. Whatever is left, only juice, they take a wax and they fully zip it. All right? And opening of this is always like celebration, etc., etc. This is a local wine cellar. This is how it looks like. So then, in terms of filter, you need to bring it out, filter it, and put it back again, because it needs a filtration as well. If you notice in the restaurants, the wines that they bring you, it's supposed to be like
there is sediments.
Well, when they hold the bottle is like that. If anybody of you worked as a waiter, I don't know, yes. I had a bad studentship, so I was. So it's like that. Why? On the shelves, the wine is hold. They keep it like this in order not to shake it, because it has some dust
sediments.
Under. So that's why the waiter is supposed to keep it like this, not shake it. So that's the reason. So it needs a lot of filtration. Once they put it in the bottle, then no one filters it. By the way, whatever you tasted inside of KW, this is a craft wine. Which means the craft wine is that, that's why they keep it in different temperatures. You know, otherwise, if you keep the semi-sweet wine in the lower temperature, it will become a dry wine because it will continue fermentation. Once they put it in the bottles, they add the preservatives to it. That's why it's not getting fermented or whatever. So it has a different taste. In the bottle, wine cannot taste as good as the fresh craft wine, whatever you have tasted. That's how it is. This is how the local wine cellar is
They don't use
like.
preservatives, right?
For what? Here, it's not preservatives. But as soon as you bottle it, you need to have a preservative. By the way, red wine, you should not keep it in the fridge. The white wine, you can keep it in the fridge. That's the rule of it. And since these wine cellars have a cold conditions, they keep the things like this, whatever you see over there. Let me show you what those things are. I'm sorry. So, in the summertime,
Puro
we
grapes
hold the
din.
fruits, and in the winter time we mix it. So that what they do is that they put those fruits.
Ayan, pare. Ay, hindi na makita eh. Very nice. You Italian? Italian.
And then in the winter when you mix it, you can have it instead of juice. Of course it's not fresh, but this is nature in the older times. And white warrior's food, it doesn't get spoiled. In duration of a year, once it is dry, you can keep it and doesn't need a fridge or whatever. So these are walnuts, and how they used to make it. In the older times, they were making it with a grape juice only. Nowadays, they make from different juices. So you take a grape juice, non-alcoholic. You add a bread flour to it, and you boil it, so it becomes like a mixture. Then you take either walnuts, hazelnuts, or dry fruits on the rope. You dip it in, you take it out, you dry it, and you can have it for the rest of the year. And as I told you, it has enough calories. It's a sweetening, so that's what it is. And here they have from the different juices nowadays. Sometimes they make it from pomegranates, black grapes, white grapes, etc., etc. They're supposed to give you a free tasting of that, and that group is now leaving. So we'll arrange that if you want to. Give me just 1 second. I'll double check and we'll call you.
But the process is the same as how you make the candles. When you make candles, the same.
The juice?
Yeah.
Maybe it's something like glue or like that.
Yeah, he says it's a juice with flour, no? Nice. This country is nice. Pasukin natin na rin. Parang sarap din. Pagkatapos pa pala. Oh, tama. May ganda din sila din. Sinaunang bariles, tinatambak na nila. Nag-a-adapt na din sila ng plastic. Hindi kailangan mo nga naman lagi na ring bakal na are. Yo, may chance tayo mag video din gawa ng may naunang batch is kami pa yung sunod dyan. I-check nung aming tour guide, pero tayo mag-video muna ng paligid. Yan, lugar na ay talaga naman. Winter ho ang bisita din na natin. Kaya yung mga puno walang dahon, pero pag yan daw tag-araw, mga June, summer, saka pa magkakadahon yung mga yan. Kaya brown na brown yung kulay ng bundok yun, oh. Tama, susum ko. Yun. Pag yan, mga June, July, green na green yan.
Most of them are with the walnuts. I will ask her to bring ones with the hazelnut. That is a chocolate that you took. Yep. It's sweet. So this comes from the juice itself, the sweetness and the hazelnut. This is a quite nice match for the wine. Yeah. Big kiwi. Yeah, because they have kiwis here. The other thing that you see is a paper like over there. What happens is that in the winter time we miss the fruits, right? So we make a jam in the summertime. We put it on something flat and then you roll it like a paper. So instead of a gum or something, that is the same thing, but without walnuts or whatever. Might be a sour one because we make one with a sour.
Chill ka na dun.
Yeah.
Ito, dried persimmon pala to.
Dry persimmon. Kakao. Okay, everything. See how it's fun? Wrapped. 10 is spending. Or you can give me on 10. The 10.
Ang dami ng honey, tsaka mga preserve. Parang sili yun. Gusto mong i-try? Parang ang sarap niyan. Kunin mo na. Parang ang sarap ka niya. Normal lang dito ang pomegranate.
Also, you can choose something with
Grabe, ang dami nilang tea dun. Galing sa Black Sea. Daming binili ni Nene. Ang dami.
In case you want to grab something, please do, and then we leave.
Wow. Yun, may kastilyo. Yun. Sementeryo. Get a good Thursday.
It's too good.
Ito yung garbage na ano, Soviet era pa. Soviet era pa to.